This is anything but a sanctuary. While the city of Los Angeles claims that it will not share its personnel and resources in immigration enforcement, the massive infrastructure and the massive architectural surveillance and information gathering and storing and sharing over several decades now, that is coming into play.
So when a city, as LA did last fall, signs an ordinance and makes much of the fact that they're signing an ordinance that their police force will not collaborate or share information with ICE and the Department of Homeland Security, are they just lying?
They are lying. I mean, let me just put it directly, because through the fusion centers, you have LAPD sitting next to the desk with the CBP, next to the desk with Immigration and Customs Enforcement and DHS, and on and on and on. So that's why we call that the stalker state, that it stalks and traces and tracks and monitors. Over the last 20 years or so, I mean, LAPD had actively had ICE in their headquarters as well. So think of this as like when
Ooh.
somebody's pulled up and not convicted and you take fingerprints. Those fingerprints are immediately sent to the FBI, right? The LAPD has programs you may have heard about, like See Something, Say Something, which is also a community informant and a snitching program. Within 24 hours, that information is then transmitted to these warehouses of information gathering called fusion centers, which is a joint operation between DHS, the FBI, local law enforcement, and then they're supposed to vet that thing for criminal element, which is hardly any, and the FBI gets to keep those files for 30 years.
How exactly does the police force, in this case, the LAPD, work as a kind of field operation for the Trump administration, as you've alleged? What exactly are they doing?
The LAPD acts as an information gatherer and tracker for the federal government, for DHS, for FBI, for the National Crime Information Center that shares real-time data with federal agencies through these things called fusion centers, which are basically spy centers and warehouses of information gathering. LAPD just goes into and fills out these field interview cards and arbitrarily labels people as gang members, which information is then used to go after these young people. So in essence, and reporting on individual 24/7. 3 years ago or so, the state of California did an audit of Los Angeles Police Department's license plate reader program, right? The LAPD had had over 330 million hits, which means 330 million data points had been picked up and uploaded into their record management systems. 99.9% of that had no criminal connection to that. However, the information has been uploaded into the LAPD's record management systems. Now that record management system is connected to various state and federal agencies that through technologies like which was known as CopLink, but now it's called Crime Tracer, which then becomes a feeder into Homeland Security, the FBI, and things like that. The fact of the matter is, Laura, and you've been covering law enforcement in this country for many years, that the LAPD rules. It literally controls the city. The city, on one hand, is declaring bankruptcy. However, the cops are getting a $400 million raise. Data collection and the weaponization of data is always extremely intense. So we have to shut the tap. There are risks in this thing. They are constantly watching us and tracking us. Should we just stop? No, absolutely not. It's an opportunity for people to really become more and more aware and join the fight. And it's just, I feel so elated, and it's a treat to watch young people out there. Just really, they ain't taking it sitting down. No.